I thank the Newman family. I thank the host of the Newman Prize for Chinese Literature, the Institute of U.S.-China Issues at University of Oklahoma, and I thank the 5 Newman jurists. And I am truly grateful to the Newman Prize for Chinese Literature because until now, I had never imagined that I would fly from a distant subtropical island to this continent to join this banquet with all of you. The Chinese word 缘分 means the convergence of various causes and conditions. At this time, in this space, not sooner, not later. It happens precisely here and now. Our meeting is such an amazing convergence, and I am truly grateful for it. Moments like this make people want to be silent and ponder what literature means to us. I will talk about myself, about my own relationship as a writer with writing, as well as my relationship to the world in which we live. You probably have heard the Greek myth about Medusa. Medusa was a female monster with hair of snakes. Everyone who looked at her face turned into stone. Therefore, no one could kill her except Perseus. How did Perseus accomplish this? Flying in a pair of winged sandals, he fought with Medusa without looking at her face. Instead, he looked at her reflection in his bronze shield, and he killed her. Italian writer Italo Calvino regards the snake-haired Medusa as a metaphor for reality. The gravity of reality hardens and petrifies people. However, the relationship between the writer and the reality is like this. He relies on winds and clouds. His eyes are only fixated on the indirect visual representations, that is, the reflections caught in the mirror. Writing is not meant to record or imitate reality. The power of Perseus lies in his rejection of gazing at reality face to face. At that moment, words and everything carried by words over thousands of years of sedimentation become the mirrored surface of that bronze shield. Reality loses its weight when it passes through the bronze shield, and the curse of petrification is now lifted. Therefore, I am grateful to the Newman Prize jurist who referred to my novel Witch's Brew, Wu Yan, as a work that probes still more insistently into the nature of writing itself. The title Wu Yan literally means a witch's words. The most important tool or skill of witches is their ability to awaken the souls of multitudes of things and to change the outlook of reality. The witchcraft of novel writing thus dates back to the most primordial pre-Adamic age, when witchcraft was cognate to and parallel with science, and was used to understand the world, the surrounding phenomena, the situation of the self, and the nature of knowledge. My novel is named after the witch, and it speaks for my aspirations. However, my younger sister, Chu T'ien-Wen, who is also a writer, commented that my book vividly and thoroughly captures an era which I belong to and live in. I am greatly honored by her statement. The Japanese novelist Yasunari Kawabata once said, "I don't believe in the post-war world and its customs, nor do I believe in the things in real life. A novelist can forsake his life and the decrepit reality, all the people and the things that are terrible in his eyes. But the witches of novel do not work like this. They have, in Calvino's words, another level of perception with which they search for the power to alter reality. Therefore, the tale of Medusa is not finished yet. It still beckons us to see that Perseus, in fact, did not refuse to see the reality in which he was destined to live. He carried this reality with him, accepted it, and regarded it as a unique burden on himself. You see, after Perseus killed Medusa, he put her head into a bag and used it as a secret weapon. He used this secret weapon to turn the sea monster Thetis into stone and thus rescued Andromeda. After his victory, Perseus once wanted to wash his hands in the water. He made the ground soft with leaves, spread out some water plants, and cautiously placed the head of Medusa face down on them. A miracle happened. These water plants hardened and turned into corals at the touch of Medusa's head. In order to obtain the corals for decoration, the sea nymphs vied to pick twigs and seaweeds and place them in front of this terrifying head. Calvino's narrative stops here, but we can still keep it going. There are many great writers in the world who appear to be unencumbered by refusing to look at reality directly. Yet, they still carry Medusa's head with them. Let me list 3 examples. First, Milan Kundera, who fled Prague but was reluctant to enter Western Europe. His novels contain more weapons than decorative corals. Second, Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the master of magical imaginations. But according to himself, in his writing, there is not a single line that is not based on reality. Thus, Marquez kept a balance between weapons and the corals. Third, the playful Calvino, who resides at the other side of the spectrum. He was inclined to lay down the weapons and create beautiful coral trees for the world. Finally, my thoughts turn to the Argentine writer Jorge Luis Borges, a writer of writers. He said, "At any moment, we all change into somebody else." Isn't this true? Somebody else. Because we believe in literature and words, we are gathered here tonight. Yet, as soon as we walk out of this room, we enter the vibrant age of internet, where the most popular genre probably is Weibo, or a Chinese kind of microblog of no more than 140 characters. It seems that people's tolerance for the length of writing is waning. Tonight, I sent Borges' words to the Newman Prize for Chinese Literature in return, and I thank everyone who has come to congratulate me. Indeed, we all change into somebody else. Thanks.
Yes, please join me in a final round of applause for the 2015 4th Newman Prize laureate, Chu T'ien-Wen.